Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome and welcome back to this live stream. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Yeah, I'm waiting for a few people to join in, or if you are able, the many the better. So, guys, I have a topic that I want to share today. Just trying out my, just trying out. No, Hey, guys, welcome and welcome back to this live stream. Yes, my name is MC Kajambi, coming right away from Africa. As you can see, guys, the title of this video, I don't know if you can hear me, guys. Let me know if you can hear me. Yes, let me know if you can hear me, if you can see my screencast. I want to share something that I have come across today, and it is an interesting thing, yet also a very complicated situation. Uh, yes, guys, so let me just get into today's topic. It's about the two faces of Donald Trump. You know, Donald Trump has two kinds of faces for the Jamaican people, as you can see from this thumbnail. In one face, uh, he is saying to the people, uh, "Go back to your place." You know, with these massive, his massive warnings against illegal immigrations, and I'm sure that is not only about the illegal immigrations, because if it was about that, there is always what could be done about it without have him speaking too loud about it, because there are always departments that do that, and what he could have done is just to sensitize them or to tell them about his plans on dealing with illegal immigrations. But now, according to how he put his statements about the Jamaican blood. The American blood is being contaminated. That implies to other people that are making significant impact in the country. That includes the Jamaican people. You know, they are the majority immigrants in the United States, and they are the ones that make up the economy. You know, and I don't know why he's coming to say that they have taken up the people's job, yet the Americans are not complaining, and the kinds of and the kinds of jobs that immigrants do. These are not jobs that ordinary Americans will do, and that is why there is always a need to bring up people, immigrants, to work on this, Now, guys, I want you to listen to podcast that I was listening today, and the podcast is discussing about the quest for Jamaica. You see, in one hand, Donald Trump is chasing Jamaicans away, but in another way, another of his face, he wants to come to Jamaica. He wants to chase the Jamaicans, to chase the Chinese people, yeah, or the Chinese. He want them to break ties with the Chinese so that he can take over. And there was a video that was revealed. They were in a meeting, and Donald Trump said that they benefit a lot from the Caribbean, or there is much to receive from the Caribbean people, and that's why they have to repossess. They have to take, yeah, they have to take, mm, they have to take Jamaica, they have to take the Caribbean because of the benefits. But yet again, it's the same person that is chasing these Caribbean people from his land. It is the one that is coming up with measures that are meant to discourage them, guys, because a lot of Jamaicans here, I know, a lot of Jamaicans working abroad, and when he is saying that he'll be dealing with those that are illegally there, even those that are legally in the place will be affected, because when I'm sure what will be the critical factor, or will be the critical determinant in dealing with this, will just be about blackness. Every black person will be harassed to verify their immigration status in the place. And in that place, a lot of Jamaicans, even those that are legally in the place, are worried that those things will affect them, and even those that have been there, they are very worried, or are tensed, because they don't know how it will result, or how it will end, or what might be the implications. Because when a government is so determined to kick people out, even they can do so to people that are there legally. Yeah, but listen to this, guys. Why that island paradise is at the heart of a geopolitical tug of war. It's fascinating how Jamaica, known for like its laid back vibes, right, is suddenly a focal point in this global chess match. Yeah. And it all boils down to its location. Right in the heart of the Caribbean. Okay, so geographically, it's well positioned. Yeah. But what makes that so strategically important? I mean, it's not like they're sitting on a giant oil field or anything. No, oil, but something just as valuable in today's world. Okay. Shipping routes. Oh, okay. Jamaica's home to some of the most advanced shipping ports in the Caribbean. Really? Including the Kingston Freeport Terminal. Oh. And it's a critical crossroads for goods. Yeah, flowing between North and South America. And plays a key role in connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans through the Panama Canal. Ah, so whoever controls those shipping lanes controls the flow of goods. Exactly. That's some serious leverage. Oh, yeah. In a globalized economy. No wonder both the U.S. and China are vying for influence. Exactly. Now, the U.S. has long considered the Caribbean, including Jamaica, as part of its sphere of influence. Right. But China's been making aggressive moves lately. Okay. Pouring billions into infrastructure projects in Jamaica. Wow. As part of its Belt and Road Initiative. You've probably heard of that, right? Yeah, the Belt and Road Initiative. It's basically China's grand plan to build up its global trade network. Right. Yeah. But how does Jamaica fit into that massive puzzle? Jamaica is a key piece for controlling trade in the Americas. I see. Think of it like this. The Belt and Road Initiative is like building a massive highway system. And Jamaica is a strategically located interchange. Controlling that interchange gives you control over a lot of traffic. So China's investing in this interchange through infrastructure projects. Like what specifically? And what's the catch for Jamaica? Well, take the Kingston Freeport Terminal. China invested heavily in its modernization. Okay. Which, on the surface, seems like a great deal for Jamaica. Right. Improved infrastructure, job creation, a boost to their economy. Who wouldn't want that? Right. It sounds like a win-win. But I'm guessing there's a but coming. There is. Remember, these investments often come in the form of loans. And if Jamaica struggles to repay those loans, well, that's where the debt trap diplomacy comes in. Debt trap diplomacy. Can you unpack that a little? It sounds kind of ominous. Essentially, it's when a country, in this case, China, uses loans to gain leverage over another country. Oh. If the borrower can't repay, the lender can then demand concessions, like control over key assets. I see. It's a way of gaining economic. So, guys, you can hear that this is what has happened to Africa. This is what will happen to the Caribbean and to Jamaica if they are not watchful. All these superpowers or developed countries, what they aim for is not just helping you. They just want to benefit. They are they are always focusing on their benefit, the returns they will be getting, or by just coming and connecting. Like now, let's say a country like in Africa, like Kenya, it cannot distance itself from China. China will control its critical resources because it owes China a very high debt. In the same case, when they unite the Americans, when they want to come to Jamaica, they'll come in such forms, maybe getting the loans. And the Jamaican Prime Minister and Holness have been all about reducing debt, and he has done incredibly on that. He has managed to reduce the debt, that they owe to these foreign countries. But when America wants to reintroduce itself again, that will mean increasing its debts, because if maybe they want, the only way that they can end ties, the only way that they can end ties with China, let's say if Jamaica has a loan or a debt to China, it will be by repaying that debt, so that China will not have control over its resources or critical economic zones, and that will mean getting a higher loan, let's say from the America, you know, in that regard, America will now have also the opportunity to control its critical economic factors. Yeah, so it's all about what are we getting when we get when we get our feet on Jamaica. What are we getting in return? It's never always about what are we giving. If there is anything to give, it is to give so that we can get. To give, to take. It's like a bait. You give a bait to your prey, and then you snatch it. That is what they are all want. They all want the Chinese, the Americans, and all the superpowers. And this is something that Jamaica has to be now. And what is, without deviating from the topic of this video, is why is Trump doing this? Why is he on one hand chasing away, the people that are contributing to the economy of the United States, which is the Jamaicans? Why is he harassing them in the United States, and yet he wants to come and work with them here? They're in Jamaica. I don't understand that, guys. I don't understand that.
And political influence, sometimes even leading to control over critical infrastructure. So Jamaica could end up owing China a lot of money, potentially putting vital assets, right, like the Kingston Freeport terminal, exactly, at risk. That's a pretty high stakes gamble. Exactly. And it's not just about economic control. Right. This brings us to another important point. Okay. The One China principle. It's a cornerstone of China's foreign policy. Okay. And they've been emphasizing it more and more in their dealings with Jamaica. Okay, so remind me, what exactly is the One China principle, and how does it play out in this situation? Meet Jason, a small business owner from Kingston. He's having sleepless nights because his newly opened shop is struggling to make sales. Let's meet Kim, a small store owner from Montego Bay. Since purchasing her AI phone agent from AILX, her happy customers are being serviced 24/7. Yeah. And it's not just about China. Right. Remember, the U.S. still views the Caribbean as its backyard. Yeah. And they're not going to just sit back and watch China's influence grow unchecked. Speaking of the U.S., what's their take on all of this? Are they actively trying to counter China's moves in Jamaica? And what does that mean for Jamaica's ability to, chart its own course? That's where things get even more interesting, and that's what we'll dig into next. All right, well, buckle up, everyone. We're just getting started on this deep dive into Jamaica's high-stakes balancing act. The U.S. is definitely watching China's moves in Jamaica, and with a wary eye, they see it as a direct challenge to their long-standing influence in the region. Yeah. And they're not just sitting on the sidelines. So what are they actually doing about it? Are we talking military maneuvers, trade sanctions? Yeah. Or more of a soft power approach? Yeah. Well, it's more of a combination. They've been stepping up their diplomatic game, sending high-level officials to Jamaica to reaffirm ties and offer partnerships. Think of it like a charm offensive, reminding Jamaica of the historical and cultural bonds they share. Okay, so playing the friend card. Yeah. But are they putting any money where their mouth is?
So, guys, let me just let you listen that point.
Can they compete with China's deep pockets when it comes to investments? They are offering development assistance, focusing on areas like security, education, and good governance. Right. But you're right, the scale of their financial contributions doesn't match China's. It's more about strategic partnerships than trying to outspend China. It sounds like a David versus Goliath scenario. Yeah. So how can Jamaica possibly leverage this situation to its advantage? It's like they're caught in a tug of war between these two giants. That's the million-dollar question. And it's not just about playing one side against the other. Jamaica needs to think long-term about what kind of future they want to build. Complete neutrality is nearly impossible in today's interconnected world. But they can use this competition to their advantage. How? So give me an example. One way is...
Okay, before we get their view. Let me just say my view of how maybe the United States. I'm thinking right now, as I do this video, it's when I'm thinking, hey, could this be the hype about the migration warnings and rules given out to Jamaican people and all immigrants, the black immigrants? Could it be was like a threat to attract the Jamaican, diplomats to start thinking of how to renegotiate, the policies, the foreign policies. In that way, they'll make the matter will become so strong such that the Jamaican, Jamaica or the Caribbean people that have their people working in the USA and will come to the table, and so that they can rediscuss and renegotiate. You know, for the in the case of China, there are not a lot of people working there because of maybe their foreign policies or labor policies that do not promote or are not very conducive to foreigners working abroad or in China compared to the United States. So I think that is the only way, or that is one of the ways in which the United States can increase its leverage in the Caribbean over China. Because when it comes to money, China right now, China is way, way, way. Uh, I mean, the pockets are so full for China compared to the United States. I don't know what you think, guys. Drop on the comment section and let me know if it was about the 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 financing. Which one is more equipped than the other. But according to this podcast, it is that China is well equipped when it comes to money, and for the United States, they are offering more diplomatic relationship and partnership uh, as opposed to financing.
By diversifying their economic partnerships. Okay. Instead of relying solely on China or the US, they can look to other countries and regional blocs like the European Union, right, or the Caribbean Community CARICOM. So spread the risk, avoid putting all their eggs in one basket. It's like that old saying, don't keep all your friends in the same room. Precisely, broadening their economic relationships gives them more leverage and reduces their vulnerability to pressure from any single nation. Yeah. They can negotiate better deals, attract more diverse investments, and strengthen their overall economic resilience. Smart move. But it's not all about money. Right? We talked about the potential for social unrest and political instability if Jamaica becomes too reliant on China. How can they mitigate those risks? That's where strengthening their democratic institutions becomes critical. Think of it as building a strong foundation for their house, a robust and independent judiciary, a free and vibrant press, active and vocal civil society organizations. These are all essential for safeguarding Jamaica's democracy. Meet Jason, a small business owner from Kingston. He's having sleepless.
So guys, this is where I want to end this video by saying that there is a way that Jamaica and the Caribbean communities can be out of this, and this was even highlighted by Mia Motley during her speech, her New Year speech that she made about supporting each other, including the countries like Haiti that are struggling with security. And now Jamaica, the solution to this, that being independent, can only come when they get help among themselves. Like now through the CARICOM, and it has been stated in this podcast, CARICOM can be very, very significant in helping Jamaica and the Caribbean countries and communities to be stable and independent. In that way, they'll not have to rely on superpowers, like the America and the China. Yeah, that is what I thought of sharing today. And yeah, my people, thank you for coming to watch this video. Thank you for those that joined or watched the live, and those that will watch later. Yeah, the best thing you will do to me is to leave a comment, give this video a like, and share with your friends. Let's meet on another video, and God bless you, and have a great, great, great day or evening, depending on the time of your country and region. God bless you guys.
sleepless nights because his newly opened shop is struggling to make sales. Let's meet Kim, a small store owner from Montego Bay. Since purchasing her AI phone agent from AI